If you are anything like me, it can be really hard to find the motivation to stick to a workout routine at the gym. These last few months, I have been knocking it out of the park and sticking to 5 days a week. So I am super proud of myself because even though we have been going to the gym or working out pretty consistently for quite a few years now, it has always varied a little bit based on what's happening in our lives. It was really tough to stick to a set number of days each week, especially 5 days a week, and would instead end up being like 3 days one week, 5 days the next week, and then maybe only 2 days the following week. And while that is better than nothing, I wanted to be a lot more consistent. So I think I finally found the answer to help me stay super consistent, even when there is a lot going on. So I've got 3 tips for you today to help you stick to your gym routine too. So let's do this. Are you ready to stop the chaos, the stress, the overwhelm that's filling your life? I'm Renee Matt, and together you and I are going to build simple routines that are going to change your life. When you put these habits into practice, you're going to be able to organize your life in a way where you can be there for your family, pay off your debt, save money, your house can stay organized, you don't have to stress about what's for dinner, and you still get time for yourself. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome to the Routine Advantage Podcast. This has been such a busy time of year because we have the holidays, and being able to stick to my goal for my gym routine has been absolutely amazing. And I feel so good. And it has been giving me consistent energy because I have been taking care of myself in a way that I'm prioritizing that time. And I think there is something to be said for the tips that I'm going to be sharing with you today because they're very simple tips, but when you actually think about putting them into practice intentionally, it makes a really big difference. And I just want to really bring these to you so that you can think about them in the way that I have been putting them into place, and I'm hoping that they will help you as well. And if you are not going to the gym, this can also work for another type of movement routine. If it's working out at home, if it's going for regular walks, whatever it is, you can still use this and just tweak it to make it fit for you. But it's really basic tips that are really practical and very useful in being able to stick to this routine. So, I just want to go right into them and I want to give you 3 of them. So, number one, choose your goal. And I don't mean a weight loss goal or anything like that. I mean, how many times do you want to go? That is what your goal is just how many times do you want to get there? So I'm specifically talking about a gym, but if you were planning on doing, home workouts, then you're still going to try and figure out what number that number is. So what is your number and what is your goal? And then tip number 2 is to commit to getting there, not necessarily what workout you're doing. And this one has been huge for me and can also work for home workouts. It's not necessarily um, just going and knowing exactly what program you're going to do, but it's making sure that your shoes are on, your mat is there, and your weights are out. And that is what you commit to. And then once you have that done, you're going to start working out because you've already gone through the process. That's like your trigger task to get there. And that's kind of why this has been working is I just commit to getting to the gym. It does not matter what workout I'm doing. It doesn't matter if I'm on the treadmill, if it doesn't matter if I'm going to do weights, it doesn't matter if I'm going to do machines, it doesn't matter if I'm going to be there for 20 minutes or 2 hours. That does not matter. I just need to get myself to the gym. And that one I think has made all the difference in the world is I don't necessarily have it planned out ahead of time. Even if I'm running short on time, I know if I can get there and get a short, quick workout in, but I'm still going, it's helping to build the consistency and it's going to keep me coming back because not every time I go to the gym it's gonna take 2 hours, and that has been just game changer because normally, if we go together or, like, my husband and I go together or we're doing our regular evening gym routine, we're usually there for 2 to 2.5 hours, and that can be a big chunk of time. So, by the time we are, getting home, it's pretty late and our evening is kind of eaten up. But if we are going and committing to just getting there and doing short routines when we need to, and then doing the longer ones when we can, then we can continue this habit of sticking to our gym routine without feeling guilty about not being able to do specific longer workouts. So, tip number 3 is to make sure you are sitting down and planning your week ahead of time and schedule your time for the gym in your calendar or your time for working out. This one is huge. So, you know that I have my template that has my time blocks in it, and that's in my Google Calendar against my time committed schedule. But when I sit down to plan out my week, I look at those time blocks and my schedule, and I basically am restacking my days to make sure that the flow of each day is in place. So nothing is on top of each other, but it's all flowing. Like, so I have one thing that starts me off in the day, and then it goes to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. And each day is organized for the following week. So I'm not double booking myself anywhere. But this is also a time where you kind of move the puzzle pieces around. Where if I know that something is going to be happening in the evening that I normally have my gym routine, then I know ahead of time that I kind of need to shift things around. So I need to maybe move that to a lunch workout, or I need to move it to a morning workout before I even start work in the morning. So allowing my brain to kind of get a snapshot of my week ahead and to really like reorganize those day stacks and make sure everything is plugged in where it needs to be, then I know that I can actually get to the gym my full 5 days rather than having, waited until the last minute. And then all of a sudden, you're halfway through the day and it's like, oh, shoot, we have something going on tonight. I didn't get to the gym this morning. I'm too busy at lunch and I'm just not going to get to the gym. But when I schedule it ahead of time and I know something's going on, or I have kind of done a little backup plan and I've done it for the morning, I know I can get it out of the way, be done with it, and then I can move on to the rest of the day and not feel guilty about pushing that off because it is one of my priorities. So it helps a ton and making sure it's scheduled in your calendar. It also like blocks that time off so things don't get put on top of that and you end up losing track of your goal in the first place. That's really important. So those are the quick tips for you. This is a really incredibly short episode because I don't need to go into too many more, and I think this is going to be enough for this episode because you're getting ready for the new year and it's going to be an absolute wonderful year. I can feel it already, and making these small changes and shifts to the way that we do things is just going to be even more beneficial as we move into the new year and create the lives that we want. So, recapping those 3 tips for you to help you stick to your gym routine. Number 1, choose your goal. Choose the number of times you are committing to going to the gym each week. Number 2, commit to getting there, not necessarily which workout you're doing. And number 3, plan ahead each week and make sure it is scheduled in your calendar. Shift things around if you need to, use it like a little puzzle, and make it flow in your week when you need to. And a little bonus thing is one thing that I was thinking about when I was planning previously that it was kind of hard to stick to the consistency. I was just planning my gym or workout routines for Monday through Friday. And that has since shifted a little bit. So when I am planning my week and I see that it's just not going to be an option to go 5 times within, Monday through Friday, I have looked at doing, Sundays and Saturdays and seeing if that works. And it has, and it's actually kind of refreshing to go on the weekends when we're able to. So that is something to consider as well, is if you have not expanded it to the full week, see if that is an option and try plugging that in and see how it feels. I know Sunday afternoons is really quiet in the gym, so it works really well for me to go. Saturday mornings are also very quiet, and a lot of times Tony likes to sleep in, and I'm up early, so if I can get there before we even have anything going on, that works really well. Sunday afternoons, he's usually just watching football this year or like this season, because he loves football. So Sunday afternoons, he's always watching football, so I'm kind of doing my own thing, and that is a really good time to get to the gym and get some mental clarity and work out and just go into the week feeling really good. So that is just just what I have for you today. And I will catch you on the next episode, which will be in 2025. So I wish you a very wonderful new year, and I will catch you next year. Did you love that episode or learn something useful? If so, would you do me a huge favor? My goal is to grow this podcast and help as many women as I can break free from the overwhelm so they can truly enjoy their life. The best way for me to do this is for you to leave a 5-star written review on your podcast app and to share this episode with a friend or in your Instagram stories. I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next episode. Take care.